how you get them to kind of focus in on a certain part? What's that relationship like with your host when you first meet with them?
When I first meet with them, I normally listen to a past episode they've done.
Okay.
So I can get a feel of what their interview style is like and where I can come in. Because I let them be them. That's
yeah.
the key.
Biggest thing.
I think some producers tend to want to take full creative control.
That's a lot of things.
But when I'm listening into their interviews, I let them be them.
Yep.
And then if I pick up a little sound bite where I'm like, hey, let me interject here, then I will. I don't always put my finger in the middle of a flowing conversation. I don't. Even when I'm listening in, I don't always engage. I always listen in to keep track of time in that. But I let my host be them because I want them to have fun with the experience, but I also want them to not lose their train of thought when they're talking and also build that rapport themselves because I'm kind of the middleman a little bit realistically when I'm thinking about it because even though I'm there to ensure the direction of the show, 100%, I don't infringe on their own creative individuality for their show.
Oh, yeah.
And you're right, domestic violence can go in so many different avenues, so many different directions. But what I love about Lisa's show is that she really creates this narrative of shifting. Hence the name of her show, Shift, shifting your mindset from this space of I have to always be a victim if I've been in a domestic violence relationship to a space of victorious.
Yeah.
And so to go back to your question, what I do again is I like to listen in, be kind of that companion in a sense to this host who I'm working with. I let them still be them, but I'll also interject where I feel the divine need to say, hey, ask this follow-up question because this is something that many people are overlooking and not thinking about. Because of course, when you're in a domestic violence relationship and you share your story publicly, people want to know, okay, how did you escape from captivity? How did you, what was that emotion like to let go of that? But when we talk about the grief, that loss of that relationship of all these years, that friendship, that companionship, and don't have kids, that loss of a father or mother figure in your kid's life if they're young. So, and how does that play a role in not only your relationships that you want to embark on moving forward, but how does that play a role in your kids, in their structure of the familiar breakdown? How does that it either impact or hurt them moving forward in their life?